Alrighty y'all, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're just going to be doing some maintenance on the truck. I'm going to get into some more daily style filming. I want my filming to be more casual instead of being very structured. Some videos will be more structured, but I kind of want to start filming more day-to-day stuff. So today we're going to be working on the truck as the title shows. We're going to hopefully be doing exhaust repair. I'm going to be running a copper oil pressure line to the oil pressure gauge in the truck, because right now it's one of those plastic ones and I don't want that to leak or fail. That would be bad, both in fire risk and in losing oil pressure. And then last, if I get some time, I'm going to work on the driver's side door. Needs the door seal on the cab replaced. I did the passenger side and I just never got around to the driver's side, so we're just gonna kind of film and yeah, see how it goes. Got my sandpaper used. I need to get cardboard to lay on. Here is my thrush glass pack. I need two of these. One, I don't like these. I don't like the exhaust of my truck at all. It's hodgepodged, and it's just not great. And it's rusty. And the other glass pack is blue, and it is completely blown out, so one side of my truck is louder than the other. I took this out and started it with one side straight piped, and it is too loud for me right now. So we're going to be sticking this back in. I wanted to do shorter glass packs, and down the road I'm going to do a completely different setup. But for right now, this is a 31-inch glass pack, so it's pretty big. I'm going to be welding it in. I originally had one end slid over and one end clamped with an adapter, and it just leaks horribly. So the reason I replaced the one with this was because it was completely blown out. It was all rusted and blown out, and the other one's probably not far behind, but that one I'm hoping I can get away with it for right now and just make it last. So this is like basically brand new. I don't know how long I've had this in the truck. Probably less than well, it's probably been in there 3 years, 2 years, probably 2. So I sanded the ends down here because we're going to be welding this in instead of doing the whole clamping deal. So this is a 31. I'd like to go down to maybe an 18 with a underbed dump, or I'd like to go 18 with a in front of the rear tire dump. Right there. They dump back there, and I would like them to come out here possibly. So I'm not quite sure yet on that, but we'll see. I'm gonna go get some cardboard. I gotta sand the exhaust underneath, and then I'll take you guys under there and show you that. One thing I did want to ask, if you all want to see more of this daily content, I'm gonna do more of it regardless, but if you want me to shift more and more towards it, let me know in the comment section, and that kind of helps the videos get traction and all that, and I do want to build more of a community between me and y'all, so I just figured I would put that out there, because there is a decent amount of stuff I do that's on the daily that would be interesting to film, but yeah, I just want to start filming more and more, because it is harder to create content when you have to have such structured videos. You basically have to create some big video each time, and that becomes really difficult and will wear you out, and then you don't have the ability to finish prior projects, because projects never get finished in such short amount of time. Anyways, I just figured I would yeah, I don't know what I was even. Let's go under the truck and sand on this exhaust pipe. You know, for a February day, it is awfully sunny. It's nice, really nice. Okay, let's crawl under here. This camera mount is not mounting. Tighten, because this camera's too heavy for it. Okay, let's get over here. Hopefully I'll be able to see. Oof, that me. This is what I originally had, and as you can see, I crushed it and tried cutting it, and I think it's because O'Reilly's had the wrong size at the time. Didn't work at all. So let's see here. Can I get y'all? Okay, so here I am. Hello. Filming under a vehicle is difficult when you're, you know, cardboard, gravel. The way 90% of people do it, I take it all apart. Oh, something else I did on this I forgot, and I didn't film, was U-joints. So the truck has new U-joints. Don't mind the grease flinging everywhere. Never really showed the underside of the truck that much. There's my C6. That bracket needs to be put back on. I think that's tank support and something else, but I need to check those. Nonetheless, here is where I took the one off. Here's the other one. So as y'all can see, here is the one glass pack, or here's the section where the glass pack would go. I did have a straight pipe just coming straight out of here, and it was loud. So this is the original glass pack. I have no clue if this was I don't know. I couldn't ever find a blue glass pack, so I don't know what brand this was. It's not welded here, but welded down here. All this scale, this rust just pours in the eyes, and it's not fun. Yeah, so originally I had this on this end down here, and it just didn't work at all. So I'm hoping that welding this doesn't cause issues, like cause the weld to crack, because up from you guys, you just can't see it. This piece here jogs in. Down the road, I really want to redo this exhaust. It's super close to the oil or the transmission pan, like that far away. So one bank is like cooking inside of the C6, which I'm not a huge fan of, but right now it is what it is. Oh, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a welder up in here. I don't know if this is gonna work. And I can't take this exhaust out because it's basically like, it's in truck and somebody welded it together. Alrighty, y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to weld this after looking at it. There's basically no room to weld under here. I could do it back here under the bed, but up front I don't think I could. So what I'm thinking about doing is, I think O'Reilly sells a this is 2 1/4 inch pipe, so it's literally just an extension of 2 1/4. So it's 2 1/4 to 2 1/4. But again, is it gonna leak? I don't know. I really don't want to, like, I mean, I guess I could half weld this in and hope that like it partially didn't leak, but am I gonna be able to get a welding gun up in here? No, there's not even a chance. I have like barely a hand's width. So you can see what happened when I put the crush clamp on there. It egg-shaped it so it leaks here and here. And then on this side, it was too big. This thing must have been the wrong size. Something. Real quick, I'm gonna hop on their website and see what they got for exhaust. Yeah, because it's also welded here. Like, these are welded, the clamps are welded together. I don't know why you'd weld the clamps together, because that makes the exhaust not serviceable, but they are nonetheless welded together. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, ran to O'Reilly's real quick. Got a 2 1/4 to 2 1/4 inside diameter coupler with 2 pipe clamps. Just effectively create an extension for this. Yeah, I'm gonna get the welder set up and see if I can't attempt to weld this. We're gonna see here. Take you guys off. I don't know if you saw any of that. If you didn't see any of that, then that all got edited out, and there's my tack welding job. I'm gonna take it over on the sander and sand on it. What?
I thought the weld sounded nice.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, everybody. It's mediocre at best. I don't think I have any holes anywhere. Alrighty, also, I don't see any light coming through this. I'm going to tape this off and throw a coat of paint on it. And then I guess we'll get under there and get this thing installed. Or I'll have to trim the exhaust off probably, which is no big deal. I gotta get the welder put away. I'm not a welder. I've probably welded, I don't know, 4 times, 5 times, ever. So, probably 5, maybe 10. Yeah. Yeah. Probably 7. I need to look at y'all. I keep looking over here, looking at you. You. Okay. All that paint will be sure to come off as soon as I put the exhaust clamps on. Is that this thing's been leaking exhaust gases and it has the horrible like it leaks. It sucks. So, is the paint dry? No. I'm going to get it in here and see how much I'm going to need to cut. Okay, I'm going to need to cut quite a bit off here. Okay. I need... Where's my leather man? I can't see nothing, but these will protect my eyes. Got a new Sawzall blade, some cutting oil. Don't wipe it out. Try to. Oh, it's only cut at a little bit of an angle, you guys. I got burning hot metal shavings everywhere. Oh my gosh. That was the worst cut I've ever done in my life. That's what happens when you try to attempt to do this stuff under vehicle. If you're wondering how bad of an angle it's cut at, yeah, pretty bad. Whatever. I tried. Not very easy when you're, you know. Now the real question will be, can the exhaust go on here? Oh gosh. Can the exhaust go on here? This has to be the stupidest garbage ever, dude. Figure I'll turn the camera on so you can all watch me struggle. Okay. Oh, I gotta cut some more off, just like 1/4 of an inch here. Seeing how much time was left on the camera, so what I'm doing is sliding it way down, like way. Okay, and I bent it. So now I'm gonna have to just kind of some self-correction. Oh, a little bit more self-correction. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. Slide off there. Come on. Boy. Oh, it's because it's under tension. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so close. Let's see if I can bend it a little more. Get out of the way. Yeah. Oh. Rusty exhaust. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh. I can slide it perfectly, like, but once I put tension on it to try to slide it over, it ain't wanting to slide. The paint on here is 1200 degree barbecue paint from Rust-Oleum. I've had decent luck with it. What? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I just broke my... Dude, no way. Did I just do that? Son of a biscuit. I just broke the end of the parking brake cable off screwing with it. I mean, chances are that would have broke off. Oh, dude, it was already cracked. Wow. Can you guys even see that? Let's see if I can get to focus. See how part of it's broke already? The side facing this way is like darker. I'll have to bend that over and redo that once I get done here. You're pushing on the wrong spot. You gotta push here, because I gotta slide this over. Hold on.
That's as much as I can push.
Hold on, let it down. Oh my gosh. That's up too high. Why is this not rotating? Hold on a second, let me see if I can. Bend. Oh, come on. This. Yes. Okay. Woo! Thank you.
Do you want me to push up on it while you tack it, or are you good?
No, I'm gonna pipe clamp it. Holy smokes.
And here too?
Yeah.
How do you know that that's where it needs to be? Did you mark it?
It's way out here. Like this whole
okay.
thing.
Okay, cool. All right.
Should be, hopefully.
I'm out of here if I can get out.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Okay,
Watch out for your camera.
Where'd that parking brake thing go? Alright, y'all. This one here has a exhaust hanger, so this like acts as also like pseudo exhaust hangerage. Y'all, I'm gonna quit filming because I'm almost out of battery. I'm gonna get this all tidied up and get back to y'all when I can start the truck. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to, no, I gotta fix this too, so I'm just gonna hopefully be able to rebend that. We'll see. Alrighty, y'all, we got a tiny little leak right here. This is it, right there in that little spot. So I'm gonna see if I can crush it a teeny bit. I got these pipe clamps pretty tight. I don't know if I over tightened them or what, but I don't know if I can do it with this. Give it some more juice. They're tight. Okay. Y'all stay under here. Alright, y'all, so I don't have enough time to sunset, so I'm gonna get everything cleaned up, and I will see you all tomorrow. Alrighty, everybody, it has been a number of days since I filmed. I had to finish another video, and it's been kind of off and on weather, and I've been working on another project mainly, but we're back at it again today. Yeah, I just had a lot going on, but we're gonna be picking up where we left off. The muffler under the truck is fixed. Hopefully, it probably will shift around. Maybe I'll have to like re-mess with it again, but for right now, should be good to go. Next thing we're gonna be working on is getting a copper oil pressure line in for the oil pressure gauge. The one that's in there now is plastic, and they have a tendency to, or they have the chance of rubbing through, leaking engine oil everywhere, no oil pressure, fire, hot exhaust, or leaking out under your dash. So went and got a kit, and we're gonna be installing it today. Should be pretty straightforward, and then after that, hopefully we'll move to the door seal. I don't know, it's looking a little iffy today. It's dripping somewhere. But yeah, so we are going to be doing that, and well, hopefully after that I'll just kind of be able to end the video. So I'm kind of getting used to still filming this way. It's obviously been a number of days, but nonetheless it shouldn't be any different. So let's jump right into it. I gotta get my tripod, because I don't really want y'all on this camera mount, this whole handheld guy. Alrighty, everyone, so here is the oil pressure kit. It's going to be an I-Equus copper kit. This is 1/8 inch copper line. It's got all the fittings and everything. We're going to be running it from the engine bay to the oil pressure gauge that is right there. I believe right now the way I have it up under the dash, oh, my duct tape, Gorilla Tape. Let me see, I gotta take this thing off. Okay. So you should be able to see up under here, don't mind my wiring mess. Should be able to see the copper, or the plastic tube right there, coiled up. I didn't cut it, but I just kind of left it coiled up down there just in case I wanted to run that somewhere else. I don't really think I do. So we're going to be replacing the weather stripping here. As you can see, someone tried to fix it. It leaks quite a bit, and it's missing down there completely. The other side, you can see it running. It goes all the way around. So I got to real quick. Whoa! I'm gonna get this. Oh, that's bright. And I gotta swipe all this off, because if I don't, it pours all over the air horn, or the air cleaner, pardon me. Figured I'd mention this. If you want me to do a video of my CB setup that I just got installed, I'd gladly do a video on that, but I have yet to like really test it. So it's got a Francis 4-foot, I think they're called a hot rod. I did have to tune it, and I had to buy an SWR meter and all that, so should be able to open this. Minimal dripping. We do have some condensation under here. I think it's for me not driving this thing much, because obviously I got a camper on it. So but as you can see, I was afraid already of this thing possibly leaking. So what I did was I covered the plastic line. Is this gonna get me soaking wet? Okay, it should be too bad. I covered the plastic line in wire loom cover. You can see it goes in there. That's it right there. So it goes in back there. I gotta get all this off and get it to where I can get up in here. Whenever I do this, I don't have my extra camper battery, so I'll usually step here, and I'll usually squat right here, put a foot here. So that just makes it a lot easier for me to be able to get back in there, because I gotta unscrew the compression fittings and all that. So yeah, let's get back in there. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I don't think I did, this thing did get a harmonic balancer on it. So I think I did mention a while back, I did take the pan off of this truck and check the bearings and everything turned out to be pretty normal. Sorry for the weird lighting, it's extremely bright, and it may be not as bad on film. but through my camera thingy it looks horrible. Anyways, I did that, and when I jacked it, I actually was able to take the pan off in truck. It's really difficult to do, but I was able to do it with the help of my dad, and had to take the oil pump off. But so all that being said, when I did do that, we had to jack the front of the motor up somehow, and we ended up using a block and jacked up on the harmonic balancer. And the harmonic balancer was already bad. It was severely cracked out and in not great shape, but I basically just put it under, it like slid on the rubber ring, and I cooked it. So it's got a new harmonic balancer down there. And while I was at it, I went ahead and painted that pulley and the water pump pulley. So just cleaned it up a little bit more. Those were originally flat black, and they just didn't look that great. So yeah, let's see. So you can see that I installed a T-fitting, a riser. So the thing on the left there is stock oil pressure gauge, and the wire loom that comes off the top has the plastic line in it that will now be having copper. And I'm gonna have to run a coil somewhere on that copper, probably, to help absorb any vibrations like these lines here have. You can see they have coils in them to absorb that right there. If they were straight, they could crack or fatigue. So I'm going to have to do that. Okay, so I should just be able to get this off. Wing nut. Take this whole thing off. Disconnect PCB. Disconnect air intake thingy. And off. Alrighty, let's see if I can get my little self up in here. Okay, so let's see, we got transmission vacuum line, disconnect. I'll just stick that right there. Get out of here, buddy. Go ahead and take that off. It's cheap insurance, I'll tell you that much. Yank this sucker through the firewall. Take this off. My firewall shield. Sweet. Okay, I may have to take the rest of that off too. There's like adapter to adapter to an adapter. It goes on like that. So, hold one out. See if we can get the new one put in. Okay. I don't know how much that captured because my battery died, so I'm just going to say it again. There's this little grommet hidden in the bag. If your firewall hole was just somehow that size, I guess you could use that. Mine's definitely not. Obviously this is copper. You don't want to kink copper. Once it's kinked, it's pretty much toast. Let's see. Looks like we have almost the exact same design as the plastic tube kit. Set that there. These are a different shape. You can see. Oh, whoa, almost dropped it out of my hand. You can see there, it's got kind of like dealio. This will not work. This is, I don't know what this is or like how this would go. So. Alrighty, everybody. So I got my copper unkinked here, but I gotta figure out the safe way to route this because there's just so much stinking crud back here. I got nowhere to stinking kneel. Oh, ow, ow. So I'm trying to see. So if I went like that, I'd prefer it if it came out straight. You gotta be really careful with this stuff, y'all. It will kink severely. We're gonna put our fitting. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Almost messed up. We're gonna put this piece on, the fitting, and then we're gonna put the coupler piece on
like so. When you tighten this down, you don't want this way out like that. You want it just off the end. So I'm gonna try to get this down in here. I'm gonna push it down, pull it back up just a hair, just a little bit, right there. Okay. I think I'm gonna try this approach. Go ahead and I'm gonna do this again. So what I'm doing is I'm bottoming it out, and then I'm pulling it up. Gib. My back. Okay, still going? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I need a loop in it, and then have it go back along the firewall. Being really gentle, not to kink it. So I got it feeding down into the floorboard area where there's nothing really that it can hit. Okay, now I want it to come out and go more up. I want this coil to be spread out more. See, right there it'll hit. So what I want is I want this to come up more. And I want it to kind of contour to the shape of the deal here. I'm gonna have to do just these because this will not screw onto the back of that because it's a female fitting, not male. So, and I want it to go right in. I want it to be snug back against the firewall so you can't clip it with a stray foot or something crazy. So I'm gonna go like, what's going on? Am I hitting you? No. So I want it to go like, come on, rotate. And come on. There we go. Okay, we'll go ahead. Oh, our thingies came off. That sucks. That's why you don't put them on there. Okay, here's one. Oop. Where's number two? Oh, it's right here. Oh, I'm smashing my sweet eBay stereo. Earthed. Oh, well, that made that nice and ugly. So I'm gonna have to now go get a file and file this down flat because it's basically closed off. And this is the struggle of doing this kind of stuff. I'm trying to just open it up a little bit, dude. Get out. There we go. A little chunk fell out, finally. Holy smokes, man. Okay. Oh, it's actually way better to lay like this. Same thing here. I'm gonna bottom it out and then just pull it back just a hair. Alright, are y'all filming still? Just left that thing running. Took a piece of fuel line, cut it a long ways. Don't get yourself, trust me, multiple times. Almost got myself. I'm gonna take it, feed it over the copper, and feed it out of the rig, out of the firewall. If I can get it over it. Okay. Got our other zip tie here. And does our fuel hose pop through? It indeed is. Okay, so. Alrighty, I want you all to watch that line right there. Boy, that looks janko from where you guys are. Okay. Boy, she lit off good this morning. Holy smokes. The truck hasn't fired up like that in a long time. That thing was like, we're doing it now, ladies and gents. Okay, man, I hate to look at that. Hold on a second, I got us thinking. See if I can, I guess, does it look good closer together or further apart? I'd almost say it looks better closer together. Needs to be cleared out in the mornings. I don't know why. Rough running when it's cold. That is accurate. Still down a cylinder. There we go. Well, maybe. Maybe I popped the plug wire loose, actually. I don't know. It's almost like it's sucking chunks of. I don't know. There's a lifter or something on that side. Something over there is not happening. There's a lifter, I don't know. It clatters a lot. I've checked the lifters on this thing like probably 5 times, and they all seem to be holding good, so. Alrighty, everybody. Just had some lunch. Next up is going to be the door seal. Take you over to the other side and show you the other door seal, so you can see what it looks like. So, this is the other door seal that I put in here. As you can see, it goes over the back. Didn't stick real great right there. Well, it stuck pretty good. It just sits over it like that. Goes around. I got my CB antenna running up through there. Cut a little relief in it, and that way it can go up along the dash. But you can see it's obviously a completely different shape when you look at it this way. You know, and it goes all the way down, up and around. You can obviously see up here too. It's a completely different shape. Nice and squishy. And there's no, it's been mushed. It's not, obviously it's like crusty, so I need to get a screwdriver apparently. Let's get one out of my kit here actually. Let's see, Phillips. About it. This thing's getting water in the cab somehow. It's from up here, and I siliconed out here. This is supposed to be chrome, fake chrome, the flexible chrome. I siliconed, and somehow it's still leaking, and I'm wondering. Oh, you can see the water. So if you look up in here, the cab is starting to get some pretty severe rust. So that's gonna need addressing at some point. Nonetheless, I'm gonna get all these off. Holy smokes, man. This thing does have a fair amount of cab noise. When it comes to the wind, it's quite loud. Excuse me. This glue is super difficult to, or this stuff's super hard to get off without like solvents. Even then, I don't actually know if it would come off, so basically what you have to do is you have to, there's this inside lip here, and there's these dashed lines. And the way you put it on is you have to put stuff all over this 3M black weather strip adhesive. Does it have the part number on it? 08011. You have to put some on there and some on here, and you have to let it tack up, and then you have to stick it on and hold it, and it just takes forever. I have to do about 6 inches at a time, and it's a real pain in the butt to get going, and it's just super duper difficult. So without further ado, I'm going to get right to it, because this is going to take probably an hour. So you gotta let it tack up. You'll know when it starts getting really tacky and sticking to itself, because it'll come off. And then you take it and stick it down like so, and you want it to be up, I think. I don't know, actually. I gotta go to the other side. Set up. And then stick it. Okay. Pull this away a little bit. Dang, this thing's hard to squeeze. Just don't want to come out. You can see it starting to smear. Of course it unstuck up there, so I gotta stick it. Horrible. Okay. That was just as not fun as I remember it. Alrighty, everybody. I'm gonna come back through and just kind of, I'm gonna start from right here. I'm gonna come back through and just really make sure that everything is seated, just like I did last time. I believe this is what I did. I'll come through later and get all this excess stuff off, probably with some sort of cleaner. I can't remember what I used last time. And then, everybody, honestly, the best thing you can do is shut the door
and walk away for the rest of the day for a couple hours at least. Let it sit and compress. So I did want to say you may have to adjust your striker. The main reason, so mine was having an issue where you'd have to slam it hard to get it to actually shut. If you didn't, it would sit open and rattle. Putting these in solves it. I think what happens is when you close the door, the latch pops open and it hits, and before the latch can close, it rebounds. Whereas with this thing, when it closes, it's got a compression so the latch is able to grab on. I think that's why when you slam it really hard, it's able to pop it open with more force. I'm just spitballing. I would assume that's what it is. So we'll see. I used to have to shut this door pretty hard to get it to close. No. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. All right, I'm going to leave it, walk away, and I'm going to end the video. Well, I got most of that stuff off my fingers. Lots of brake clean. I'm sure it won't feel good later. Brake clean, when you spray it on your hands, it kind of can make you not feel good. So I'm just gonna leave this door shut for tomorrow, and I'll come back in and clean it all up. I gotta clean all this up yet, but got my little fitting there, washer. Got the top back on, air cleaner. Made sure all my spark plugs were seated. This thing definitely moves a lot, which sucks, but it is what it is. You know, I can't remember on this if I put a piece of rubber in between it. Oh, yeah, I did. I did put a piece of rubber in there. This thing was getting really hot, and I realized that I don't know what Ford was doing. This mount bolts to the exhaust crossover, so this mount heats your coil up like hot, like it conducts heat up it. So I put a piece of bicycle inner tube around it in hopes to kind of mitigate that. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I guess it could also soak up vibration if that were an issue. But well, everybody, that is going to end it for this video. Just a random video of me doing some stuff on the truck. Yeah, just fixing some things and doing more of a vlog style content. Hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content like this and other random camper content, all kinds of stuff that's going to be coming out here as I get progressively back into doing YouTube, and of course doing this new style. If I do bounce in and out of like how to Tyler versus like normal Tyler, forgive me. I'm just trying to like get acclimated to making videos that are both informative and entertaining to watch. I obviously don't want my videos to be boring, so got everything back together. Recap: we got exhaust leak fixed, horrendous exhaust setup in general fixed. Well, not fixed by any means. Dealt with one glass pack. Copper oil pressure line ran, tightened, no leaks. Good to go through the firewall via fuel line, and lastly was the door seal. So other than that, hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.